Anyone
can be underrated.
as fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Underrated AF podcast. Yo, we are at episode 27 this week.
Whoa.
What's up with that?
We reaching your age.
I mean, your age first, you son. I'm 3 months older than you.
Shit.
You son.
We about to hit mine.
Yo, we about to hit August 5th.
What?
Hard. Yo, August 5th will be
Time's
at
coming.
episode 28. Or 29. 29, right?
I can't count right now.
I'm dead. Speaking of can't count right now, this whole episode is going to be basically fight oriented. We don't got a whole lot of other stuff to talk about right now because, you know what I'm saying? We got Jake Paul fight. Who did he fight against? Mike Perry?
Yeah. Platinum Mike Perry, man.
We'll talk about that, shortly. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think Mike could give some good perspective.
A little insight.
And then, after that, really just going to talk about what you see here sitting on the table. We
What's
got,
happening,
your what, regional champ or like, I don't know, how do you label that?
Strap season.
Look for the details in the description because I don't know right now. I'm dead. But yeah, we just got another belt. That's crazy. How many belts is that? Four belts?
Yeah.
Impending? I'm just kidding.
Well, 3 impending.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I got you. That's crazy. Yo, I'm sitting next to the current four-timer belt wearer. The number one headband wearer. Hard. I thought you were going to walk out to that song.
I was thinking about it, but...
Oh, it just...
Remember I told you, and then... The music just played with that better, and I was like, all right, you know what, I am feeling that.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, is that a potential walkout one day or no?
Yeah, I want to do it.
Hard.
Probably for the tournaments.
Okay.
So if we do the tournaments next week, I'll probably do that.
Hard.
That'll be hard.
I did not know what the number one headband thing was. It's this white headband that's sitting on the mic over here. I guess this has a lot to do with like some anime stuff. Is that
It's
what?
Afro Samurai, dog. So Afro Samurai, if y'all don't know Afro Samurai, you need to go watch it. That shit is hard.
Okay, so that's specifically Afro Samurai?
Yeah, specifically.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's always chasing after the number one headband, so whenever he finally gets it, shit hits the fan. So it's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Lupe Fiasco released an album, and he had a song called Number One Headband Wearer, right?
Number one headband.
And the lyrics were number one headband wearer, and it's hard. It's hard. He introduced me to that. I don't know what it is, but hey, if it
Don't worry.
If it gas you up, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna watch it.
Are we?
Yes.
Damn, we got a lot to watch.
No, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna skip all that other.
So you're gonna out of all the stuff we gotta watch, you're gonna
That's jumping the queue. Yeah.
Man.
Just so you can
and
understand.
then we'll
it.
see when we even get to that.
Right.
Sheesh. All right, y'all. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about this Jake Paul Mike Perry fight.
Damn, man.
I don't know a whole lot. All I know is that Jake Paul is this new I don't know. He's just beating everybody's ass. What's going on with this guy?
I mean, he's out there doing what he's supposed to be doing, but it sucks. Like, I don't want to see Jake Paul doing stuff.
Is this still real or is this a movie? You know what I mean? I don't know how.
I mean,
to look
at the end of the
this.
day, Jake Paul weighs 30 pounds more than Mike Perry. So I mean,
I did see he was having trouble with the weigh-ins because he had to be at 200, and I think he was at 200.04 or something, right?
Well, that's fine. But
then they stripped him down, and then he was at 200.02, and he was having a hard time weighing in or something.
You gotta cut that hair, Tracy Cortez. Get the eyelash taken off. You know what I mean? No. All right, no, I just play. But now I thought it's crazy because Mike Perry, he's really he was dope in the UFC, right? Whenever he has gloves, he's cool. But without gloves and the bare knuckle, that's whenever he's He's a dog. He's
Bare,
a monster. He's
that's
a
where
savage.
he's at right now. Bare knuckle.
Yeah, it's bare knuckle. So him putting on them big ass gloves again, it was just like I think that kind of like
Threw him off, maybe.
I think it just took away from his animal again.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. But then again, he was also facing somebody like 2 weight classes higher than him. So I mean, but at the end of the day, I feel like Mike should have still got it though. But it just sucks that like Platinum took the loss. He got pieced up, and then he was going down for the 8 count, and then he got back up and he said, "You good to go?" And he said, "Yeah," and he stumbled, and they called it off.
Oh my god!
He stumbled hard though, so it wasn't even like a quick little.
So, from your perspective, real quick, what does it mean for Jake Paul, real quick, to win this fight? What does this mean for his career? What is going on?
It just puts more legitimacy behind what he's doing, and he's showing that he's taking this serious, and everybody else that's taking him as a joke and not taking this fight serious, whenever they're matched up with him, it's a mistake. Because at the end of the day, you should never take your opponent lightly by any means necessary. I don't care who you're up against. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And I think that
might
people
get caught.
He got caught. So you know what I mean? And that just seems to be the case. So I think everybody's not really taking Jake Paul seriously until, you know what I mean, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. So it just sucks to see that. Well, it doesn't suck. I mean, as an athlete, as a performer, as a showman, he's doing his thing, and I gotta respect it. You know, he's out there. I gotta give him flowers. I gotta give him his respect. But it's just like, at the end of the day, we need these people in our lives to kind of show us, are we really gonna go get that, or are we not?
Like to check you, or what?
Yeah, that's that life check. So it's just he's another guy, just like everybody else. He's putting in that hard work, and he's making sure that he's performing the way that he needs to be and winning. So
Jake Paul, he's continuing his ride on this roller coaster of just proving himself, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Mike Perry, what does this mean for him and his bare knuckle like career? I don't know. Like, what does this mean for him?
It don't mean nothing. I mean, it does, but it don't. Like, it just sucks that for him that he lost to somebody like this in this fashion. You know what I mean?
Does it tarnish your reputation a little bit? Or?
I mean, it has to.
Because, I mean, the Pauls are still trying to prove themselves, right? So everybody's still not sure, like, you know, do I want to root for these guys? Like, are these real fighters, or are they just still YouTubers? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Well, I think that YouTuber stuff is a little behind him now. You know what I mean? I think he's dedicated himself more to the fighting more than to YouTube.
But, like, for Mike Perry, it's like, yo, you just got beat by, like, a YouTube star. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
it's just
the part
a little...
whenever... Yeah.
Like, do I want somebody to say that some kids bop artist beat me? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I say. Like, whenever I say, like, that sucks, I'm taking it into account as, like, a YouTuber came and just pretty much, like, put you out, like, in a way.
So
like,
how much of a hit do you think this gives his career?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean?
Mike Perry, he's taken a lot of losses in his life. You know what I mean? He's a guy that, he's a dog, he's an animal, he's a savage. He's a guy that's going to take a loss and then move on to the next one. He's not somebody that's going to linger on a loss and be like, oh, like, no. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if he would have got this dub, it would have been... I think a lot of like hater light would have been shined on what the fuck's his name? Paul, yeah. Like if he would have lost this fight, I think a lot of light would have been shined on him, and a lot of everybody would have been like, "Oh, he finally got exposed. This and that. He finally
Has he
fought a
lost
fighter."
yet?
No, that's what
The
I'm trying
Pauls
to say. No.
have any of them lost?
I don't think so.
No. Well, I mean, that's crazy. They're like coming in like as undefeated and all this. Like, okay,
That's
like,
what I'm trying to say. Like,
damn.
at the end of the day, they're doing their thing. So it's like anybody can be a fighter. You just have to really learn how to dedicate yourself. And if you don't have that thing that clicks you into zoning in, like what will? So he found his thing to really get him serious about this craft. And it's just, I mean, like from a perspective of like an audience standpoint, not being biased to anything, but more of just watching. I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
It was a good entertainment to. Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So like, as far as boxing goes, does this like help boost it still? Because I think a lot of people give credit to the Paul brothers for like kind of like making boxing interesting or something like that.
Yeah.
I keep
because at the
that.
end of the day, like boxing, the only boring thing about boxing is they get to choose their opponents when and like wherever. So it just kind of sucks that they can dodge. Like Canelo's dodging a lot of fights, and I kind of lost a lot of respect for Canelo. Like I lost a lot, bro. Like,
Canelo.
he don't want to fight Crawford. He don't want to fight Benavidez. He don't want to fight the motherfucker like that. It's
probably
gonna put
be
hands on him.
You think that would be a big check? Like just, you know what I mean? Like a pay-per-view, would that be like?
Yeah, but Canelo is like, I'm Canelo, so I want the most money. Like, no, you're gonna get beat. Like, stop playing. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Me personally, I really think that he's dodging those fights because he's.
So
gonna
let's
get
say
beat.
Canelo did take a fight against like Tank, right? And then let's say Canelo loses. Does that really mess up his career? Why do I feel like that wouldn't even hurt him? Like his career?
It tarnishes your like your persona, your perspective.
Like like on a personal level. Is that what you mean? Like him?
Yeah, like his image.
I guess. I feel like it just be
For boxing, it's like that though. Like, you know what I mean?
he's like 52 and like 4 or whatever. Like
That's
you know
because
what I mean?
he's fighting people that are like
that he chooses.
and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna make the most amount of money. Like, I don't know, bro. He's doing what money did back in the day, and
Dude, that's exactly how I feel about Kendrick.
feel that. I ain't gonna lie, I like that music video. That shit was alright.
It's alright.
I like that. That shit was cool. I was like, alright, that was cool. But
So clearly, just to like top that.
wait, hold on. Wait, because I wanted to add one more thing for the
Okay.
Logan thing. So at the end of the fight for Logan and Mike Perry, what they did was Logan had Alex Pereira on FaceTime.
Did he really?
Yeah, and he was just like, "Yo, I want to box you. Like, so get out of your contract. Let's get this going."
I'm dead for real.
Yeah. So I mean,
Alex is not gonna let him win.
dog.
There's no way.
He's bruh. I don't care. I love John Bones Jones as much as anybody else. I don't care. Like all the other, I do care about all the other stuff he did do, because obviously it's not cool. But
What
at
do
the
you
end of the
mean,
day,
like him testing positive for stuff, or what do you mean?
like, he hit a pregnant woman in the car and then dipped off, and then just the hit and run. But all that other crazy stuff,
I'm
like
laughing
whatever.
about it.
Yeah, no, exactly though, exactly. You know, he became like something, but he came back and then took out Cyril Gane like nothing. But it was just crazy because I was like, whoa, like John Bone Jones is back. But I honestly think if John fought Alex Pereira, like I'm going for Alex, bro. Like I love Alex, I love Poton.
That's crazy.
Bro. He's
That would be a
hard.
crazy
That would be
fight to
crazy.
watch.
So for me to say that, Alex, bro, like there's no way Alex Pereira is losing to Logan. There's no way. I'm willing to bet the house on that.
I don't think Dana White and the Illuminati would even allow that to happen.
Probably not. Probably not. But if they did, that would be.
You're
pretty
telling
cool.
me their current like headlining guy, you know what I'm saying? Like dude,
That is the best
He
of
went
the
from
best of
like
the guy
this
right now.
to like this right
Yes,
now
yeah.
in like this year,
Yeah.
or like you know I don't know how long it took him, but
Slicky's about to be a
I
three-time
went from not
UFC
hearing about
champion.
him. Yeah, I went from not hearing about him to like now I kind of got to go watch all his fights. It's like, you know what I mean?
Well, as like because like you have like a perspective of like fights, but and then you have like an outside perspective because like you pay attention, but you don't really pay attention.
I know shit, but I don't know shit.
Yeah. No, but it was just like whenever he won that second title for the kickboxing, I was just like, dude, like this guy's crazy. And then whenever Adesanya started calling him out, I was like, bruh, like this is gonna be crazy. And then he came to the UFC and started wrecking everybody, and I was just like, and then he knocked out Adesanya. So it was just
That's crazy.
watching him go from
The style bender.
his kickboxing career just for a little. I only seen like the end part of his kickboxing and then came into the UFC and then doing what he did, and then I've been a fan ever since because I do kickboxing, so it's just like it's cool to have somebody that just comes from a kickboxing background just to completely take over the UFC. It's really cool. So with that being
That
said,
is crazy.
you know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
He's predominantly a boxer. I mean, he kicks too. I mean, he's a monstrous kicker. But at the end of the day,
I don't see him doing a lot of grappling or anything like that.
No, that's because you can put
He's
his paws on you.
always up here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's every fight starts standing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, good luck taking me down. You know, put them paws on.
Yeah,
me.
he's a big motherfucker though. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
he looks
Dude.
super tall. I don't know what.
I think
weight,
he's like 6'5".
What weight is he? Like in the 180s?
185.
He looks way bigger than that.
Yeah.
It might be the cameras, but
No, he cuts to 185, and then by the time fight comes, he's
he's
225.
like, God damn.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Swear.
40 pounds.
Swear to God.
Crazy.
Swear to God, bro. Shit's crazy. But anyway, all I'm trying to say, bro, like Alex gets lined up with Logan. Sorry, Logan, but you out of the picture for good. Like
You gotta beat him.
You're a fish challenging a great white at that point. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be a poisonous fish. If not, like, you know what I mean? Like,
And then if you were like one of those people that
megalodon
looks at stuff like superstitious wise, or like, you know what I mean, like where Alex is in his career, like business wise, he's not losing this fight. Like, I'm sorry, he is not taking. He went from here to here. He's not gonna take a hit to go back down a little bit. No. His
yeah, but then
career-
again, it's not. It's so the cool thing about that with Logan challenging somebody like that, you can't take a hit because if you're challenging the best of the best, and if you lose, you stood toe to toe with the best of the best, and you came from as a YouTube fighter. I mean, that's still pretty freaking cool.
Well, if he beats Alex, if the Logan Paul or Jake Paul,
In a
whoever fights him,
random
beats Alex,
timeline of like a weird dimension, Logan actually beats Alex in a boxing match.
they gotta go into an MMA ring after that, and we gotta see what's up.
Well,
'Cause
we
if
know
they're-
what's up.
Yeah, in a boxing ring where your feet are tied and you gotta fight with your hands. You know what I mean?
But that's the
it's
cool thing.
different.
But that's
It's
the cool thing
different.
about Alex. He comes from that background.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
So
it's
he,
just,
he
it's cool.
should be the best suited for this Jake Paul.
Oh
fight.
yeah,
Anyway.
But it was really cool to see that he had the FaceTime with Pierre on after the match. Like it was really cool. I was like, oh, like that's
So
crazy.
he hit him real quick, 100,000 Venmo. Answer this call.
See, I'll answer.
What's up? Bro, he's like,
Chama.
oh, Chama.
Oh.
That was good. I like that. Oh my god. So let's wait to top off the Canelo thing. If he did fight some of these like Tank and like Crawford, you were saying, if he ended up fight, would he gain your respect, win or lose, or would he have to win these fights to gain your respect back?
To gain my respect back from
Would
you
just have
running
to take
from
these fights?
You have to take all three of those fights. Not Tank, because he's not gonna fight Tank.
Win or lose though, like
You have to take all those fights, and if you don't, then it's just like.
so win or
I don't
lose.
care about watching you.
Win or lose, if he takes these fights, it's gonna be hard because he's doing the boxing experience.
I like somebody who likes to test their ability in what they're doing. That's what I like.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just cool to like. What's the point of like watching a grown man beat on a little kid? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying like he's fighting little kids. I'm just saying.
But
though,
when you're
like,
big, when you're big money, he's got nothing to prove anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
what are you talking about? There's a whole pool of competition out there that he's dodging. You do have something to
I
prove.
know. I'm just saying though, like that fool. I feel like he's getting to the end of his career, isn't he?
That's his fault. George Foreman
He
won.
said that's his fault. Oh,
George Foreman won the World Heavyweight Championship at 49. 49. George Foreman. Like, dude. I don't want to hear it.
George Foreman, like the maker of the grills. Foreman,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Nah.
The heavy hitter George Foreman. Yeah.
He made those grills
Yeah.
for the kitchen.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard. Hard-handed grills.
Multi-faceted.
Yeah.
Hard.
No, but all I'm saying though is like Canelo, I just don't like to see fighters running from a good competition whenever they think that they're the best. If you're gonna claim to be the best, or you're gonna claim to talk all that stuff and do this and do that and bravado this and ego that, show up to the dinner table.
So
and eat.
which Paul was supposed to fight Tyson?
This one?
So he took this fight because the Tyson got delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Right.
Got you. That's kind of hard.
But
All right,
Tyson,
Tyson, you can't fight right now. I'm gonna fight.
did you see that video I sent you? Tyson watched him was winning.
I didn't see it, but I heard it in the car. Remember, I was like, "Is that Tyson?"
No.
I could hear his-
I was watching a different video, but
Oh,
I sent
I
you a
got you,
video
I got
of him watching him win.
And then what did he say? What was like his reaction? Did he say
You
anything?
gotta
or-
watch the video.
I'll watch it, but was it funny or like what?
No, it was just cool. It was like him kind of like zoning in. So it was just. I think he's gonna be excited for this fight coming up, and to see Mike Tyson back in the ring, just in general for me as a fan of Mike Tyson,
That'll be
like,
cool.
It's just cool. Like whenever he fought Roy Jones Jr., for me that was just like whoa. Like,
Tyson, can you please beat this kid? Please. I just need to see that he can lose and that it's not rigged. But then Tyson's such a figure that it might be rigged in his favor at that point.
no, he went in like that.
I don't know. Like this WWE and boxing, everything's starting to like
Kind of morph
dissolve
a little bit.
into one. And I'm like, what's real?
feel
What's
that.
not real? Money is a motherfucker.
You're not playing.
Like, That's why I like UFC a lot because I don't know. You can't really stage a lot of that, can you? Like, I don't know.
You can't really stage a head kick. I mean, unless you want to get brain damage potentially. So I mean, like,
and like they got some great actors.
dude, they be sleeping.
If the UFC is staged, they got some great actors.
That's why I respect the UFC so much. So Dana White, they asked him. They said, "What is your job?" He said, "I sell holy shit moments." So I get the fights that people want to see. And that's what he's been doing a lot lately. It's like everybody's been wanting to see this fighter versus this fighter, that fighter versus this fighter versus that fighter. And he's been putting those fights together. So
is that why John Jones and Alex is going to happen?
I think so.
Okay, so all I know about that real quick is John Jones is supposed to fight.
I'm not missing that fight. I don't care.
Steeple or something like that, right?
Aspinall?
I don't know.
Stipe.
Is that what it's Stipe? And then Alex is going to fight somebody else.
Oh, that's Aspinall.
And then after that is when they could potentially get matched.
Well, Jones, he was just like, well, I'm not fighting him until I fight Stipe, and he fights Aspinall. I mean, that's cool, but I think y'all should just jump in it together. I think Stipe he don't want to fight no more.
He said, run that.
Yeah, Stipe didn't want to fight no more, dude. Like, ever since he got knocked out by Francis, dude, he's just been like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then Aspinall, he's been on a good run. So, I think that would be cool. Okay, so let's just say Alex takes on Aspinall. I would love to see that. Mm-hmm. Alex knocks out Aspinall, decision, whatever. Let's just say Alex wins. Now John Jones has no room to say no. Best case scenario, it's like, all right, let's get this going.
Like, all right, throw bones in there.
That would be the fight of the century. Swear.
Top fight of 2024?
Swear. I mean, Jones would have to go straight ground, but then at the end of the day, like, Alex, he's no joke on the ground either.
Imagine Jones just head kicking, knocking out Alex. Like,
that
something.
Would be insane.
Yeah. Like,
that would be insane.
That'd be crazy.
I'd be like, Jones,
crazy.
Bad. Like, dang, that would suck to see. Because, like, I love Alex Pereira. It's just cool. But at the end of the day, like, the fight game's tricky. Like, you never know where you're going to run into, whether it's a good win or a bad win, a good loss or a bad loss. Like, there's no telling what's going to happen or transpire in the moments of, like, the match. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
So, enough of that, like, talk. Let's get into your fight real quick.
What happened?
So, we know what happened. You know, we got the belt sitting on the table, but you guys are hearing at first the exclusive, detailed, insider details on the fight.
My toe hurts.
Why does your toe hurt?
I kicked his knee. So, like, I went for, like, a side kick, and I like, he when he checked it, I, like, popped his knee. I was like, ooh, that's going to be sore a little later.
Isn't there, like, the padding on your foot? Or no?
Yeah,
or
but your toes kind of stick out a little bit. So, like, the padding goes right here, and your toes are kind of, like, poking out. So, it's like, I always thought that was funny.
You. So how do you feel about the fight? Did everything go, like, according to plan? Do you feel like you could have done something more? Like, what? I mean, you obviously came out with the dub, so, I mean, does it really matter? But
I mean, performance-wise, I'm going to rate myself around, like a 5.
Rating he gave himself a number 5, and he walked away with a belt.
Yeah, but I could have did a lot more. I could have been a lot more active. I could have been, like, just sticking to the game plan. I kind of strayed away, and for some reason, my body just... Walking in there, I knew, like, I felt different. I felt like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I still kept the pressure.
Sorry, go ahead.
I still kept the pressure. I still kept the impact. I still kept just a little bit of more of, like, the aggressiveness going. I was able to block a lot of his shots. I think that was the major factor in the whole fight because this was like a point-based thing in a way. Mm-hmm. And,
what came down to a decision. So
yeah, right. So they basically swayed the fight over to me in the decision because I landed more significant strikes and I added more pressure. So I was like, okay, and I blocked more. So I mean, I feel like it was a good fight. Watching the fight over, I had a better view of it from a third person rather than just sitting me because all I'm ever do is gonna play on my own faults. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, I'm always in, like, I'm never satisfied with a fight, like, and you know this personally.
Even the ones where you won, like, in amazing fashion, like
right. Like, to me, it's just like, oh, I could do better. Like, you know what I mean? So
you're like the last fight you did. with PFA. I just remember you watching the video and you're like, damn, I'm slow as shit. Like, I don't know. And I was like, really? Like, you just won that fight. Like, shit.
Well, it's just because, like, training me versus fighting me, those are two different people. Like, those are two different people. Like, so I really have to learn how to, like, really engage and make those people one. They need to have the same agenda. So I need to learn how to really click that in. And that's just going to keep going through with more experience. The more fights I get, I'm going to be able to, like, turn that into one.
Well, it's good to hear that. I mean, it's good to see that even though everything might not have went according to plan, I mean, you still walked away with the victory.
Yeah, it was fun. I feel like the entire card was pretty lit. My boy Bryce, he won his belt too. He was co-main event. Shout out to Bryce, bro. You a boss. Really excited and looking forward to the next event and just seeing what we can do. So you know what I mean? Like I'm excited.
I got a couple other things to ask you about, but first, tell me. Let's give some props and like maybe what kind of feedback could you give to your opponent?
Oh yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, he was. It was cool fighting him. He showed me how somebody. It was cool to fight somebody really hungry for it. Mm-hmm. And he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was really hungry for it.
He wanted it, huh?
He wanted it really bad. So it was really cool to. It's always really cool to face somebody who's gonna challenge you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna learn from everybody I fight. It doesn't matter if I have 1,000 fights and this guy has one fight. I'm still gonna learn something from that one guy. Like,
and you, I mean, I'm sure getting a quick knockout is cool, right? But at the end of the day, as a fighter, you want to get in there and really prove that your hard work and dedication like paid off. So like, you want like a good fight,
right?
You know
I mean, at the
like,
end of the day, it's never me versus my opponent. It's always me versus me, no matter what. You know what I mean? So if I'm tired, shut up, let's go. You know what I mean? If I want to, if I want to take a little second to myself, nah, we don't got a second. Let's go. You know what I mean? We only got 2 minutes in there, 3 rounds. I gotta go. So
shout out your fighter.
So shout out,
what was his name? I'm sorry.
Amador.
That's
Antonio.
the first time I hear that. I'm done. So shout out Antonio. You a dog.
Yeah, dude, he's a dog. He's
Yo,
a dog.
you threw him off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the decision's the decision, whatever. But you had what it took to throw this guy off, and that's saying a lot. Because
it was cool.
This fool is a dog right here. You know what I'm saying?
Just doggy dog world, man. It was just cool to see you prep and get up in there and then just bring the fight on. And I'm glad that no matter what, even though when I did have you stumble at that moment, you know, you still decided, all right, let's throw down. So it was just really cool. And we had that little moment in the ring. You said what you said. You remember what you said, but I ain't gonna say it. But it was just cool. And so a lot of props to you and your gym. A lot of props to all you and your fighters. Y'all some dogs out there. I'm super excited to watch y'all fight again. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Hard. And not a lot of people get Mighty to go to the distance. And you did.
That is true, yeah.
That's
it's
pretty
been
hard.
A long time since I went the distance.
Mighty got a hard ass head.
Yo, the last time I went the distance was
Which one? I mean, technically,
it was Reggie.
Like you talking about going to a decision?
Yeah.
Like I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hard.
It was months.
Usually, your fights end up in like a knockout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either it be you or them.
Yeah.
Mostly them.
Yeah. I just like to throw everything out in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want there to be no question. And I think that's why I was so mad at myself after the victory, because it was just more of like, I don't like there to be, I don't ever like myself to leave anything up to somebody else for me to win. Like, you know what I mean? So for me,
I don't think anybody does. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope not.
You want to solidify your victory. You
Exactly.
don't want it. You don't want this ref on the side of the ring to be like, he got more punches. Like, no.
Right. No, like, I just don't ever want to leave anything up to the judges. I just want to leave it just precise, and whatever it is, it is. Like, that's what it is. And that's the reason why I like to go out there and just get a knockout. That's the reason why I like to go out there and get a TKO and go hard and go ham and go in the paint. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the fight game is crazy, man. And, you know what I mean? Sometimes your body's able to show up and you could do 100%, 110%, 150%, or sometimes you only got the 70%, the 80%, the 30%, and you still have to show up every single day with what you have. And that's just the champ mentality. You know what I mean? He came with everything he had, and I came with everything I had in the moment. And then the result is the result, and he still did what he was supposed to do. So, I mean, it's all love and
shout
respect.
out, say his name one more time. I'm sorry.
Antonio Amador.
Shout out Antonio. You a dog.
You're a dog, man.
Shout out Mighty, walking away with the victory. You know, I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? So we got the victory. We underrated as right.
What?
So the last question about yesterday I want to ask is, could we give some feedback to? Is it Aiden?
Oh, dude, Aiden, bro, your fight. I'm so proud of you. Like, shout out to Aiden. So, Aiden is another one of our fighters from AZ Dragons, and opening fight of the show. He had no
a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. That's what I was telling him. I was just like, bro, focus. Like, you got this. You know what I mean? And Aiden had 2 fights. He was 1-1, and he was versing an opponent that was making his debut, so it was his first fight. And they're both opening the show, and it was cool because they're opening the show, and we're also closing the show. So it was really cool to have the bookends of the event. And he went out there, and bro, and he did what he was supposed to do. There's some things that we're gonna patch up, but at the end of the day, like, he didn't do nothing wrong.
Yo, low key,
cool.
I don't know a whole lot
cool.
about.
So proud of him.
I don't know a lot about dude, but low key, it kind of seemed like he was the underdog a little bit just because the crowd reaction. I was like, who is this other guy? Like,
well, it's just because he comes from the gym Ethos. So Ethos always brings.
They came out in force.
They always
they brought a crowd.
Yeah, shout out to Ethos too. You know what I mean? Y'all always come out in an orderly fashion. So it's just cool to see.
But I don't know how the crowd really affects the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Does it? Or?
I want to say in the beginning. So the crowd affects the fighters
like
in the beginning.
Walkout?
Yeah, maybe in the walkout and then before the bell rings. But after the bell rings, none of that matters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right whenever you get your first punches in and you get punched for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, nothing else matters.
It's got to be pretty cool though for Aiden to have seen other dudes' reaction, like, of the fans. Yeah. Like, it was loud in there. Yeah. And then he just takes the victory.
It was cool.
I think
cool.
It was pretty
Everybody got loud for him too, so I love when everybody's cheering for every fighter. That's me personally, what I love. Even when I'm up there, I don't care who I'm fighting up against. Like, I want everybody to cheer for me. I want everybody to cheer for my opponent. Because at the end of the day, we're both up there.
Man, I like some controversy. You know?
I want everybody to show some love. And we're out there just battling. And Aiden got a lot of love, so it was just cool that even from Ethos, like the Ethos crowd, they showed him a lot of love. So it was just cool to see. And I'm glad that he was able to get that. And he felt really good about his victory. And I'm just so proud of him.
I seen this number. But is it true that he's 14 years old?
He's 14 years old. Dude, he's 14.
Dude, I didn't know at first. I thought he was maybe like 16, 17, but 14? He's a big dude.
Dude, he's tall.
Isn't he like 6 foot or something? Or no?
Oh, he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Shout out Aiden on the victory. He's 2-1 now. You said he was 1-1.
2-1,
right?
yeah.
2-1. Excited to see.
Hits like a truck. Hits like a truck, and he's super young. So the fact that
hits like a dump truck.
No, I'm telling you, like, and he's that young, hitting like that with snaps like that and angles like that. I'm telling you, man, you better watch out for this kid. He's gonna be something. He's gonna be something crazy.
And I mean, he's got Mighty Zay beating his ass too, right?
Hey, man,
you beating that ass?
Hell yeah.
Tough. Make it that kid tough.
Yeah, we gotta make him tough. So if I gotta hit him, I'm gonna hit you with something that you're not gonna be hit within the ring. So whenever these kids hit you, it's gonna be like, that's it. Is
that how it works?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like when Jeremy was whooping my butt.
Is that why you like me sparring with you?
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's when I had Jeremy back in the day whooping my butt. Like, it was crazy. Because, like, I was like, yo, these guys don't hit as hard as Jeremy.
Shout out Jeremy. He was our guest. That's the director of ISCA, by the way. You might have used to spar with him.
He used to be our fighter. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm super proud of Aiden. He did a great job. He worked his angles. He got that right off a lot, and he took advantage whenever he seen that he was able to. So I'm super proud.
Yo, he was connecting with those blows that he was throwing. He was connecting. Yeah. I seen it. It was good to watch. Yeah. I liked it. I was like, yo, that dog.
AZ Dragon, baby. You know, anytime AZ Dragons show up, we always gonna bring the heat, and that's the way we always work. You know what I mean? So it's just cool.
Hard. So that's kind of it with the pod. Is there anything you wanted to say about the fights yesterday that I didn't mention? Anything?
Just thank you to everybody that came out. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody that comes out is just always, it means the world to me. You know what I mean? Whether you guys tune in online, whether you guys make a comment, whether you guys make a like, whether you all come in person, I mean, that means the world to me. So, I mean, any support goes miles, and I love it, and I appreciate every one of y'all.
Yes, sir. And I mean, something that is not really your perspective, but we thank you for giving us a night out. You know what I mean? Giving us a chance to go have a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. it's like a lot of people don't have something to do. You know what I mean? So you give us a purpose or a reason to go, like root for you or anything like that. You know,
That's cool.
Whether you win or lose, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, we're gonna get all like, if you lose, it's like, hey, you did your thing out there, but whatever.
Next up, I hate hearing that. Oh my God.
Next time.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm sure everybody appreciates the opportunity to go have a good time. You know what I mean?
It's cool to have a good time, and it's cool to.
How does it
always
feel
see
to be
people.
an entertainer?
It's pretty cool. How does it feel to be an entertainer?
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Man,
Yeah,
we're talking about you. I'm dead. All right, y'all. So we got to figure out a way to get some McDonald's hash browns at 12 o'clock.
We ain't doing it.
I don't
Maybe
think it's possible,
tomorrow.
but... All right, y'all. So we got to go have some breakfast. This has been episode 27 of the Underrated AF podcast.
What?
We're going to see y'all next week for episode 28.
Dang.
Episode 20. I don't know why I'm not feeling a bam on that one. Maybe when we get to 30, I'll be like, boom.
Well, you just left 28.
Nah. Oh, yeah, I did leave 28.
Yeah. So maybe that's why you're not feeling the boom.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I'll feel the boom.
Yeah.
After we record.
You can be like,
28.
episode 35, I ain't feeling it, but I'm
Episode
feeling
53.
it. Jeez.
Not feeling it. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week for another episode. Peace.